Well, I tell you, that's a very interesting question because about 5.5 years ago, good friends of ours had moved down to Greenville, and we started visiting, and we just fell in love with Greenville. And we knew that we needed to get down here, you see. So it turns out that my brother-in-law had good friends that were patients of Dr. Alpert's. And he said, let me get you in touch with Dr. Alpert. And so what happened was, I had called his office. I didn't know him from anybody really. And surprisingly enough, the next day he returned the call to me. And we started talking like we were old friends and buddies. And he was very helpful to me, giving me all kinds of information. And at that time, I was planning on going down to the Pankey Institute for postdoctoral training, and I found out that he was on the faculty teaching there for many years, you see. So immediately we started forming a bond and talking philosophy and so forth. And that's how I initially reached him.
Well, actually, Leo and I met and just talked as friends. Actually, we retraced how we got together originally on the telephone, and then we just talked about dentistry. And it piqued each of our interests when we talked about different technology, different techniques, and one thing led to another, and Leo asked me more about the Institute. He said that I understand that you taught there for years, and I said, well, I have, and we have two faculties. One is the in-house faculty, and they lovingly referred to us as the outhouse faculty. So the ones that were, coming in from different parts of the country teaching. That led to Leo's interest in attending the Institute. We started talking about that, and before I knew it, he got together with me and told me he had signed up for 4 classes. And not only the Institute, but we talked about Dr. Eubanks, Jimmy Eubanks from Plano, Texas, who has a similar kind of teaching situation. And I talked to Leo about that, and before I knew it, he'd signed up for all of that. So I said, man, you're a real go-getter.
That's right.
So I gave him the book that Dr. Pankey gave me years ago called The Go-Getter. And one thing led to another. And he talked about dental practice and visited my office. And the question came up is whether he could join the practice. And one thing led to another, and I saw that his interest was so great in dentistry. It was unusual to see someone that had become a true go-getter like that. And so that led to us getting together.